So, you are the author who makes some content. Let's say you're an artist or photographer, you post your content on social networks. But you don't have any activity and social network promotes, and you ask a logical question, but what the hell? Because you are so tried and tired. Why is that going on? Everything happens because misunderstanding of the 3 basic foundations promotion, but first things first. Hello ladies and gentlemen, with you the channel Nick Artist 89. So, the whole promotion is divided into 3 sections. The first section I call lyrics. The second one I call physics. And the third one I call formulas. And in fact, in most cases, 90% of people who they will see this video, they will be waiting some secret formula or secret ingredients, or in other words, man, give me urgently these 2 buttons that will make me famous. Here, I assure you, this will not happen. That is, you need to know the section for you to have understanding your mistakes and understanding why the social network does not promote you. And so is section number 1, lyrics. Separate in the top, please do not skip it, it's really the most important section. First and most important, I consider it a mistake to misunderstand the basic social network functions. Remember, for understanding how it works. The website, any social network, you need understand its basic function. If you think that the basic functions are social networks such as Instagram, it's just an app for people who can sign up for free and share contents, photos, or videos. Congrats, you misunderstand any social network. Let's begin with that any social network is a commercial company. At any commercial company in the charter, the first line is the extraction arrived. From that we make the first axiom, the social network does not like you. Social networks are simply earned on you. Now on the variable, we add the promotion. What is promotion? For social networks, promotion is essentially when the system recommends you to new users, but not only recommends you, but it also highlights you in front of the rest. It analyzes your page and will add you to the recommendation list, so that new people will see you. So, what is it? It's not mercy or holy guacamole. This is a drain on the company's resources. When a company promotes you, it spends on you conditionally the energy of their servers. To put it simply, they spend their money on you. If we ask ourselves the question, and if this is an expense for the company, then which account it promotes at all? And most importantly, why this will make a simple answer and a simple theorem. Any social network promotes only those accounts on which it could potentially earn, or it promotes those accounts on which it already earns, but as you know, any social network earns on advertising. Be it some inserts on YouTube or ads between your favorite author's stories. Or something similar. So, we come to a simple conclusion. For any social network to promote you, we need to help earn it, or at least convince the social network that our account can potentially collect very good involvement for the social network to sell commercials. Understanding this alone fact can already change you, so you understand how you need to act afterwards. But still, if you're newbie, I'll still list the main promotion errors that you may have to be. The first is never to use bots, likes, or any reactions. The social network sees them. I say that the social network is often smarter than people. And it sees them first Q because it's algorithms designed for advertisers, not you. And of course, social networks. It is important that the view it gives advertisers is not empty. Therefore, any site that offers you to cheat supposedly live subscribers is just lying.
Liar!
On no site for money, you can get live subscribers who would be genuinely interested in your content. Therefore, we immediately remove the bots. The second point is a bit metaphysical. This is the belief that the social network should promote you simply because you are good. Unfortunately, in any social network there is very high competition, and all social networks are now one way or another oversaturated. In this connection, any social network will compare the authors with each other. And if you have content just because, then there will be no promotion.
God damn it!
The third mistake is using activity chats and various friends to like or comment it on your post to get it to the top. On the one hand, it really worked a few years ago. But now social networks have become smarter, their algorithms have changed, and they began to analyze what the people who like and comment on your publications are interested in. Let's imagine that you have 3 friends in your reality chat. John, Ben, and Michael, and they regularly comment and like your posts. Michael likes posts the most. The social network is looking at what these people in the same social network are doing as usual. For example, Ben is very fond of motorcycles and likes motorcycle publications. John is engaged in boxing and therefore very often likes and comments on MMA fights in ordinary life. And Michael has a dirty secret, and he likes to like and comment on gay porn, from which the social network can draw an interesting conclusion. Wow, how many reactions on your drawings from fans of this 18+ theme? Probably your content suits them best. I will offer all your drawings to gay porn lovers. Because of this, it may fall targeting the entire account, and you just asked a couple of friends to like your posts. The next mistake, immediately after registering on a social network and posting several posts, is the acquisition of advertising within the social network itself. It seems to be basic a function that allows you to make any social network to get new subscriptions. But what's wrong with it? As I said, when a social network promotes you, it spends its resources and money on you, and if you pay for advertising, it makes no sense to promote you for free. For a social network, this automatically means that you are a solvent adult, and therefore it disables almost 75% of the very issuance of a recommendation is free. The same goes for example, accounts that sell something. If you do some crafts and decide open a social network store with the intention of selling it, the social network will not allow you to do this. Her philosophy is that she won't let you make money on yourself before a social network starts making money on you. I assure you that absolutely any social network has long known such words as sale, buy, direct entry, etc. If you have just such an account, then most likely you were marked as a shop or company. And you won't get free promotion. And the last mistake from the lyrics, the most important one. 95% of people who want promotion on a social network throw any stuff. They have no understanding that any content they post on a social network should be essentially a product that is whole, concentrated and involving. If you publish your drawings today, and tomorrow a photo of your dog, then evaluate in all seriousness, who might be interested? Actually no one. But most people ignore it. They think that the secret is in some special hashtags or buttons. Let's move on to the second part. At what point does the system begin to be sure that it is possible to earn money on you and, as it were, makes its bet on you? Any social network has several metrics by which it determines the quality of your content. And alas, these metrics cannot be deceived. To begin with, it is important to mention such a moment that when you start your account, the social network prescribes for you only one topic of your audience. A certain psychological portrait. Exactly, therefore, at the start, your account cannot have publications of different topics. Because the portrait of the audience is one. If you publish drawings, then, accordingly, only drawings should be there. At the same time, running and deleting something is simply not make sense. When you delete content from your page, it is not deleted from the servers of the social network. And in any case is stored there. This is also done because while you post content, the social network writes your personal psychological portrait. This is necessary to show you more relevant ads. Moreover, social networks often exchange data not only among themselves, but also request information from search engine. Therefore, if you were looking for example, a spare part for your old Honda on Google, then most likely you will come across an ad for this part on Instagram. But back to the metrics by which the social network bets on you. The first metric is called CTR, or impressions to clicks ratio. What are the shows? And what kind of clicks, you ask? Everything is quite simple. Even at the very start, the system will offer your publication as a recommendation, but at the same time, the number of impressions that the social network will give you, limited. And the system will then look at how many of those people who saw your publication and those recommended for it clicked. Roughly speaking, on YouTube, the cover of the video is responsible for this clickability. On Instagram, the first post of your carousels. It's not just the basic foundation, it's the packaging of your content. It's like candy. If the most delicious candy has terribly boring and uninteresting packaging, then children simply will not notice this candy on the shelf. And somehow the candy is not will buy. The same goes for your posts or videos. If the percentage of this click-through rate is very low, then the system automatically marks your content as not attractive and does not promote it further. So, let's take note that the cover on YouTube or the first post on Instagram should be the most attractive, the brightest, and very, very clickable. The second parameter based on which the system checks your content is retention. This is essentially the average time that the average user of all those who opened your post viewed your content. But if in such social networks as YouTube, this retention option is placed in the settings section. And you can see how much the average user has watched your video. Then on Instagram or TikTok, this parameter is hidden. And therefore, all you can do to make sure that the video will be offered is in any way make the viewer look at your post, or your publication, for as long as possible. The time parameter is also important because if your audience watches your content for a long time, then they will probably be able to watch ads for a long time. This is achieved retention in a variety of ways. On YouTube, the authors basically just work with diction and script to make them interesting to listen. On Instagram, users usually make a post carousel, which is also viewed time is wasted. Or they make a description of the publication, which is also considered. And the third parameter that the social network reads when working with content is the key multiplication principle. Any social network has algorithms for determining what is on your post. Of course, the algorithm is not a person, and it is not capable of revealing all the deep meanings and substances of your work. But nevertheless, he is very good at identifying images. This was in particular made to combat illegal content that is at the start of the birth of absolutely all social networks, there or otherwise loaded. In short, the principle of key multiplication is that a social network must have a complete coincidence because it was seen on your post, in the text under your post and in hashtags. And if this match does not exist, then most likely the social network will offer your publication to some random group of people. And as I said, the number of impressions is limited and subsequently it is from this group of people that the social network will read a certain number of metrics by which it will determine a live human reaction to your content, which will tell the social network whether it is worth offering this content to even more people. And so, we slowly moved here to the third part of the metric and reactions from a live audience. It is important to understand here that, firstly, this is why you should not wind up bots or some random likes, because the system sees to whom it offered your content. And doesn't really count likes and comments from some random users. And a second moment for each reaction of the system scores a different number of points. That is, the reactions are not equivalent. A like is not equal to a comment is not equal to a share button. But here I'll give you a little hint, the social network evaluates two parameters, it's free distribution of your content and the time spent by the person to whom this content was offered to react. That is why the social network tends to reward those users who receive long, large, high-quality messages, comments. Because the system sees that enough time has been spent on them, and the social network rewards those accounts whose users share content for free in other social networks and other resources. Any social network interested in you to bring users to stay within this ecosystem. If the person to whom your content is offered has shared your video or your picture with their friends or on some third-party site, the system will somehow see these transitions and such reactions will be quoted higher by the total number of points that will be received for a variety of reactions. The system uses a special formula and calculates whether it is worth recommending your account to new users. Or the number of impressions will not change. And your account will remain static, and in 95% of cases the root cause is the lack of promotion, just the same in the content. People don't realize the bar that is necessary for a social network. When social networks are created, absolutely all users run there, and they can really become famous there. But subsequently, the bar rises more and more every year, and because of this, only those who can meet this bar remain. A simple example in 2010 on YouTube could be anyone. Any person who simply puts a camera and says something into it. But after a while, large productions, podcasters, famous personalities, who were already popular before, came to the site. Also, different shows like improvisation or something like that, and this studio won the level of quality forced out those who could not raise their level to the desired level. Only a few left. Some rare cases, or good guys who were able to pull themselves up to the same level of studio production. This level of quality does not only come from the position of an expensive camera, cinematography or editing, such skill can even be at the level of storytelling. Oddly enough, the advice is banal: work with content, analyze for whom this content is. And who might like it. Clearly define your target group. Without this minimum knowledge, there will be no progress, unfortunately. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like, and don't forget to press the bell button. And with you was the voiceover of a robot that helps me work on my YouTube channel. Thanks everyone, see you soon.